All right, let's jump right in. Just take a look around you right now. Chances are you're looking through it, or at it, or maybe even with it. I'm talking, of course, about glass. It's so completely a part of our lives that we barely even see it anymore. But what if, just for a second, it wasn't there?
No, I mean, really think about that. What if it was just impossible? If no combination of stuff on Earth could ever make a solid, transparent material, how profoundly different would our world actually be?
Well, for starters, it would be almost unrecognizable. And I'm not just talking about windows. Let's think way bigger. Millions of people wouldn't have eyeglasses to see clearly. We'd have no microscopes, which means our discovery of germs and the entire microscopic world would be set back by centuries. And forget about looking up. There'd be no telescopes to gaze into the cosmos.
So, to really get a handle on what we almost missed out on, we've got to go back, way, way back. Let's follow this incredible story of how humanity first figured out how to turn simple sand into a priceless treasure. And what's just mind-blowing is how long we've been working with this stuff. Our story kicks off way back around 3000 BC in ancient Egypt with a technique called baked glazing. But the real game changer, the moment that truly changed everything, that came much, much later, around the 1st century AD in Syria with the invention of glass blowing.
So, what's the secret sauce? What is this miracle stuff actually made of? You'd be surprised. For thousands of years, the recipe has been crazy simple. You just need 3 main ingredients: silica, which is basically just sand, soda, an alkaline substance, and lime, which is calcium carbonate. Yep, sand, soda, and lime. That's it.
Now, don't picture the clear stuff in your windows. The very first glass was totally different. It was opaque, often full of vibrant colors, and people treated it like a gemstone. Seriously, it was used to make small, valuable treasures, things like jewelry, decorative beads, and tiny statues. This wasn't for everyday use. This was pure luxury.
And that brings us right back to that absolute game-changing moment. The invention of glass blowing wasn't just a tiny improvement, it was a quantum leap. It completely blew the doors off what was technically and artistically possible for glassmakers.
So how'd they do it? Well, it was this incredible art form. Picture this. A craftsman gathers a glowing, molten blob of glass on the end of a long pipe. Then they blow air through it, inflating the glass like a fiery balloon. And then they skillfully shape and decorate it as it cools. For the first time, creating hollow, complex shapes became, well, not just possible, but way easier. And the result of this was profound. The quality of glass got so much better, it became more refined, more transparent, but the really big deal, it became more common. This single technique kicked off the journey of turning glass from a rare treasure for the rich into a practical part of daily life for lots of people, replacing things like metal and clay for pitchers and bowls. Okay, so we know how it was made, but what is glass really? Why does it behave in this unique, almost magical way? To understand that, we need to geek out on the science just a little bit. It's time to uncover the secret of silica. Chemically speaking, glass is just wild. It's what scientists call an amorphous solid. I know, it's a fancy term, but all it really means is that even though it looks and feels solid, its atoms are a complete mess. There's no neat, orderly, repeating pattern. They're just all over the place. You know, to picture the difference, think of a crystal, like a grain of salt. All its atoms are locked into this perfect repeating grid, like soldiers in formation. But glass, it's more like a crowd at a concert, a random, disordered jumble. And believe it or not, that atomic chaos is the key to everything. Right, so this randomness is basically a superpower. That jumbled structure is exactly what allows light to pass right through without getting scattered all over the place, and that gives us transparency. It also means glass doesn't have one sharp melting point. Instead, it just gets softer and gooier over a wide range of temperatures, which makes it incredibly moldable. That disorder is what makes it so useful. So, let's put it all together. You have this incredible historical innovation, glass blowing, and you have this unique scientific property, its amorphous structure. When those two things finally came together, they didn't just create new objects, they opened up entirely new worlds. Because glass was both transparent and so uniquely moldable, we could finally shape it with incredible precision into lenses. And lenses have one primary job: to bend light, to magnify what's small, to clarify what's blurry, and to reveal what was once completely hidden from us. And with lenses, we built the microscope. For the very first time in human history, we could peer into a single drop of water and see an entire teeming universe of living creatures we never even knew was there. Just think about the staggering implications of a world without that tool. We might never have discovered germs. The entire field of modern medicine, our understanding of how disease spreads, our ability to fight it, all of it would have been stalled for centuries. But lenses didn't just let us look into the tiny, microscopic world. They also allowed us to look out, far, far beyond our own world. Lenses gave us the telescope, turning our eyes to the heavens. And what we saw, it shattered our perception of reality. Without the telescope, the old ideas that the entire universe revolved around the Earth might have continued for centuries. The telescope didn't just show us new things. It proved our true place in the cosmos and sparked a revolution in thought, all thanks to carefully shaped sand. And that's really the incredible journey, isn't it? It starts as simple, ancient sand, and through human ingenuity, it gets transformed by fire and air into a material that literally becomes our window onto the universe. Glass allowed us to see both the invisible worlds right under our noses and the impossible worlds light years away. So, that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Glass was the material that revealed entire worlds we never knew existed, both microscopic and cosmic. It was the key that unlocked a new era of discovery. So what material, what new invention is going to be our next great leap forward? What is the next glass?